Hey folks, Thack with AOK Urban Homestead, and welcome to my seed room. Well folks, it's January, and you wouldn't think I would be talking about seeds, right? But you know what? Our garden does not start in spring or summer. It starts in the cold of winter with your ideas, with your planning and everything else. So I'm down here in my seed room. I got to get all the seeds that are behind me organized so that way I can plan my garden a lot better. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit about what I have. Before we get going with this workbench full of seeds, I'm going to show you a little bit about my grow room. Right behind me, as you guys can see, my grow lights and my grow shelves. I was gifted some more grow lights for Christmas, some better ones, so I will get those going once I'm ready. I'll show you guys how I hang those, but right now I just have the ones from the year before, and I'm going to show you what's under the grow lights right now. So in my blue basket here, this is the chicken feed. It's just a bunch of oats. Look, the little seeds are cracking open. So in about a week, my chickens will have some fresh green oats to eat, which will make them very happy because it's been a cold, windy past couple of weeks, and they've just been staying inside their roost. And yeah, it'll be nice for them to come out and actually get something fresh to eat. Next, in this little bucket, now I had started this in a little tray first, and then I had to move it into my bucket, and now I have fresh lettuce for salad, which is, oh man, after a cold winter, or during a cold winter, it is so refreshing to have a good salad. And then right next to that bucket, I have all my storage of trays and whatever I need for seeds and my garden and stuff like that. And all my trays and stuff. Now you guys see that 7? That was gifted to me. Have not touched it. Same with all this other stuff. Have not touched it. My garden is organic and I don't touch it. I just got to figure out what to do, how to dispose of that safely so that I'm not harming the environment. And then over here, we have a bunch of my soap making supplies. This is tallow right here that I rendered myself. If you guys are interested in videos on how to render tallow, let me know in the description box or in the comment section, and I absolutely would not mind doing a video for you. All right? And then anyways, after that, I make my soap right here in my pot, and then I cut it right here, and there it is. There's all my soaps that I make. And Brenda, this is actually called Brenda's Choice. These 3 batches. She has done a beautiful job. Look at those colors, guys. They're beautiful. Now, so this stuff will be for sale at a later date once they have cured. All right. And then over here are some of my bottles and stuff like that. And then we're going to the workbench. The workbench is full of seeds right now because I am going to try and organize everything. And I might actually start asparagus in this video because this takes 2 to 3 months to actually get it going. And then I have seeds that I have been saving from last year that I got to organize. So let me turn the camera around and we'll start getting organizing. Well, folks, along with the grow lights that I got for Christmas, I also got this really cool seed storing case, and I love that it's in a black case so light doesn't get to the seeds, even though all the seeds will be switched over to these envelopes right here, and then they'll go into these little cassettes right here. And I'm gonna start probably with like my flowers, right? I have a bunch of flowers that I like. We are gonna start keeping bees someday, hopefully soon. So I'm gonna just organize my flowers between perennials and annuals. All my onions, things like that. So I'm just going to get things organized as much as possible, and then we'll come back and maybe we'll start some seeds together. Well, folks, so most of the seeds that I have, like that come from Burpee and stuff, they'll fit in this case, so I don't have to worry too much about it or anything like that. But I have little seeds like this one right here, right? It's from a neutral company. I don't even know what company they're from. Well, these cases let me write down the seed name, the seed variety, the date collected or when I got it, and my growing notes. If my growing notes are too big for right here, I'll just put them on the back side. So that's what I'm going to do with this comfrey. I got some comfrey, and we're hoping to grow this around some of my trees. Acts as a natural mulch and kind of like a fertilizer for trees, especially fruit trees. So I'll just go ahead and fast forward some of these so that you guys can see. I have all these loose seeds that I'm going to do today, or try to do as much as possible. All the rest will just, I will close down. So when I go to close down a seed pack, right, I fold this over right here. And what I usually do is I get my wider pieces of tape, okay, and I'll show you here. And what I'll do is I'll take the wider piece of tape and put it under the fold right about there. So the reason why I do that, okay, the reason why I do that is that when I put my next piece of tape on, I'll put it over. So when I go to take the tape off or open it, it is not ripping the paper because it's actually on another piece of tape. Does that make sense? So there's the wide piece of tape right there. And there's my small piece of tape right there. And that smaller piece of tape will go on the tape. See that? So when I go to open that, like I said, I do not rip any of the information that I need off. That's a good tip on how to keep your packaging from ripping up, and you can keep all your information that you need and stuff like that. Thought I'd share that one with you.
It's a little bit of a tedious job, but you know what? It's very satisfying to get all your seeds organized.
Well, guys, I'm not completely done organizing seeds, but I got bored and I wanted to start the asparagus seeds. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. There's probably a lot better ways, easier ways to do it, but this is how I do it. I had a little bit of success until, well, when I took it outside, I didn't take it out slow enough, right? You're supposed to take it outside, let it acclimate to the sun and all that stuff. Well, I forgot about it last year and left it out there for too long. The sun fried it. Anyways, that's why we're starting it all over again this year. So what I'm going to start with is this bucket of, well, it's not very good soil. It is potting kind of like soil. It does have a little bit of perlite in it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add water. I'm going to add more perlite. And I'm going to add some vermiculite. And then I will get it into my trays. And we'll go from there. So what I like to do is start rehydrating some of my soil. I added some water there. So I'm going to let it soak in a little bit because, you know, it's been a long time since it had any water. So it's always best to go ahead and get this going now. So that way I'm not trying to water it, the seed, and the water won't take. Okay, so that's pretty moist-ish, right? I think so, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I just wet it enough where if I go like this, it stays. And right now, it stays. So, yep. That's all I'm doing there. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of vermiculite. People add it to the top. I like to go ahead and just add it right on in. Right there. And then perlite. all this stuff will help the seeds hold moisture. And then this is just my mix for the asparagus. I am going to actually experiment with something new called Cocoa Core. Instead of using peat moss, because of the way peat moss is sourced, I want to get away from that, and I'm going to use Cocoa Core. Cocoa Core is actually coconut husk, and well, when I start using that, I'll do a different video on that. Alright, so there's my mixture. Now I'm just going to get my trays out right here, and what I'm going to do, since this asparagus seed from Baker Creek says that I want to plant this about, let's see, where did it say? I saw it a second ago. Soak seeds for 24 hours indoors, sow the seeds indoors, and then transplant into trenches. Even though it says soak for 24 hours, I did not do that last year, and it did just fine, so I'm not going to do it this year since my soil is pretty damp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it about halfway up, and I'm going to pack it. Not hard, okay, guys? You're going to want it a little bit loose, but enough. So that's all I'm going to do. Is put halfway up and pack them down in each one. Pretty even. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my seeds in, but I need to clean my hands off for a minute. Alright, I didn't completely clean off my hands, but I dried it off so it's easier to work with the seeds. Asparagus seeds are actually pretty big compared to other seeds. And what I do is I put 2 in each one right around the center. 2 in each one. After they all have 2 seeds, all I'm going to do now is cover it to the top, right? Like that. Finish it off. Making sure they all kind of have a level amount. Alright, folks. Now, I do add just another little sprinkle of vermiculite on top. I am now going to water each one a little bit more, but I'm not going to water it right here. I'll take you over to the seed tray area, and I'll show you what I do next. Alright, guys. So, I have it all on a heating mat. Just like this. I have my little spray thing. And I will now give it all a nice dousing, just like that. Alright, guys, so I ensured that since I put all the same amount of soil on, I put all the water on, and that loose soil is slowly packing itself down. I didn't have to pack the top down. So after that, all I gotta do now is I am gonna put this on there to keep the moisture in. I will shut off the light. There will not be light the first couple of days. Once I start seeing a couple come up, I'll start giving it light, and I will shut off the heat mat that it's on right here. I'll turn this off so that way it doesn't try to get lanky on me. And then what I'll end up doing, like I did for the lettuce, is I'll have a small fan in here, so it will give the stalks a chance to strengthen by swaying. So that's all I've got to do. Well, folks, that's all I've got for you today. I will do more videos on progress of that asparagus as it starts to grow and look good, and when I put the fan on, things like that. I'm just going to clean up the grow room. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys like what you've seen. And like I said, if you guys have had any experience with Coco Core, I hope you guys leave it in the comments below so I know that I'm going to be doing it right. All I've been doing is, well, kind of like you, just researching it on YouTube, on Google, whatever else. Not a lot of people have had that experience with it, a lot of experience with it. So it'll be interesting. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. I hope you guys consider subscribing. Give us a thumbs up when you can. Until next time, stay blessed and be A-OK.